Hey, good afternoon, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Bo Knows Nothing. So, today we're going to be talking about a product from the clearance bin. So, I found this at my local grocery store. It was in the clearance bin. Um, it really caught my eye because I've had a few of these other flatbread crisp chips before, and I just know that that style of chip is very crisp, it's very thick. It's been a very desirable chip for me to find. So to see this in the clearance bin really surprised me. And then on top of that, the price. So the original price was only $3.89, which for decent chips is not bad at all. I mean, I'll pay around $7 or $8 on the high end for really good artisan chips. So the price wasn't wrong. I haven't tried them yet. I'm gonna open them up in the video and give them a try. You know, if they absolutely taste, really horrendous, then that's our answer. That's why it's in the clearance bin. But before we even get to that point, there's some other things that I wanted to point out. A, the branding of this packaging. So branding is kind of like the message that you want to send as a business. Let's just go over it real quick. So a few things catch my eye. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 different fonts here on the front of the packaging. You do show the product. You can kind of see how thick it is. They've definitely enlarged everything, but it falls flat to me. I'm just going to show you from a distance. This is what it looks like. Also, the packaging is substantially more narrow than the other bags on the shelf. This is almost as narrow as like a cardboard tube of picks, you know, the potato string things. So this is just a very small, bag. So I imagine it also didn't really attract much attention because it's a narrow bag. It's white. The shelves at my particular grocery store are white. So I can see this blending in. The chips themselves, while they look good in that picture, you know, they look phenomenal. They look good. The quality of the photograph. This is a very high quality photo. Looking at it, you can not only see bits of salt, but you can also see some of the graining here in the horizontal chips over here. You can see air pockets and grains. I mean, somebody got a real photographer to do this. They didn't do, well, maybe. But a few things that stand out as weird is the fonts. The picture is not. So I think of I think they're called Stacy's, but they're another brand of pita chips. They actually show the chips in a bowl of guacamole with a thing of salsa next to it. And I think that's to give more color to the bag. Their bag is also black and it's got some green metallic in it. And the chips are blown up here in the corner on that one. There's just a lot here that is underwhelming, I think is the best way to describe it. So, when we really get into it, the best from everywhere, Primizie, I think is how it's spelled, but it's got a Z-I-E. So Primizie kind of trips my eyes up. But, something that I guess now that I've had to think about it, I'm actually going to remember this brand now that I've worked it through my head. Flatbread Crisp. It's the little things like getting back to the basics with sel gris, a soft crumble of gray sea salt. Primizie means beginning in Italy, where our founders, Chef Mark and wife Lisa, sought the start of their signature appetizers. Hand-harvested in the traditional Celtic method of the shores of Brittany on the French authentic coast. Buttery and bright, this bit of polish shines up the toastiness in all its honest glory. Simplicity is perfection. Signed, Mark and Lisa. Simply salted flatbread crisp are super versatile, a perfect part of any cheese or cured meat board or any dip of choice. I agree, actually. I almost think this needs to be bigger. I just read down this thing here. You know, this is kind of like the Primizie branding, you know, where they started. It sounds like Mark and Lisa might be from Italy, or they went to Italy for inspiration. Not really sure. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this piece down here, you almost need to show people expectations and you know, how they can utilize this product. So now let's go down this other side. So it's vegan. That's huge. No artificial flavors or preservatives, minimal ingredients, corn-free, non-GMO project verified, kosher. I mean, even for chips, it's got 140 milligrams or 6% of sodium. You know, some people think any amount of sodium is high, but that's not bad. Just don't eat a few bags of them. As far as ingredients, you got wheat flour, sunflower oil, salt, cellgrass sea salt, and yeast. So there's a few things that I think that they could have done better. They could have taken a better either background for this photo, or they could have taken a photo that involved maybe some thick cheese dips that, you know, like the thickness of this chip would really hold up against something thicker, or maybe some homemade salsa. You know, this shows the salt, it shows the chip. It does a good job of building expectations for the chip. But one thing that I've learned is that I go into the grocery store and I forget just everything. I grab something and then I forget that I need salsa. Or, you know, it's just, you almost have to package your food products with a recipe. Just so that people have a starting point. What should they try this with? So I would have started with a better photo on the front. I would have simplified the fonts here. I think having this many fonts on the packaging is a bit excessive. I think you could have done this in a much cleaner way. Chef crafted flatbread crisp. You know, maybe make the chef crafted, you know, flatbread crisp kind of the highlight of everything. And then this grilled and crisp, simply salted. I feel like this could have been combined into a nice little, almost like badge of honor for the company, rather than being this kind of split duality that kind of loses its messaging. Also, all the good information's back here. Like, this is hidden. This was on the clearance shelf. I actually had to dig for it, which makes me think people may have taken them off the clearance shelf. You know, it may have sold well off the clearance shelf. And what, oh man, as a marketer, what a stressful thing to have happen. You know, you've got vegan, no artificial flavors or ingredients, minimal ingredients. This is what people want to know. It's above the nutrition facts. That's great. But it could also be down here. You know, it could be big circles right down here on the bottom, or up here in the top. You've got all this white, you know, on the bag. You've got room. You could really emphasize your perks and your qualities that could sell your product. Let's see. So when it comes to chips, being able to reopen them is always important to me. I like to eat chips over like 2 days, usually in 2 sittings. See if it opens. Cool. So it has a convenient little notch here for you to like rip the corner open like this. I hate doing that. I usually find that it rips down the side of the bag, and then I can't seal them up, and on day 2 the chips are just not how I expect them. So I like to open the bags like this. Some people are probably cringing if you like following the rules or how things are made. So, I will say right off the bat, that's a strange smell. best by November 16th, 2020. So they're not even close. It's July. It's got 3 more months, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we'll round up. We'll say it's got, we'll be conservative on my health. We'll call it 3 months before they expire. There's no reason for these to be bad. But they smell like styrofoam. Wow. That's a whole nother story. Okay. The smell is just like stale packaging air. The chips are phenomenal. It's exactly what I expected. It's exactly what I had in memory from other flatbread crisp chips. They're strong. They're very, very hefty chips. I don't want to chew on camera too much. I've watched my previous videos and it comes off a little tacky. But I will say they're pleasantly salty. I've got decent amount of salt on my fingers. They're kind of flaky, almost like you would get in like a fry bread or. Yeah, they're definitely thick and hefty chips. If you're trying to eat guacamole or homemade salsa that might be a little wetter than normal, or heck, if your favorite salsa company is just kind of moist or whatever, this would be a great option. Also, homemade nachos, I would hands down use these. These could heft some stuff up to my face. So, man, if they could just solve that packaging problem, because there's obviously something up with the packaging. It smells like cardboard. It just smells like cardboard. I have worked in a warehouse before, and that's exactly what it smells like. It's probably got to do with the packaging itself. They're probably using a recycle or a plastic that can be recycled, or there's going to be something to it. I'm going to be able to figure it out. I might even send him an email. But yeah, the product itself, phenomenal. I'm going to keep an eye out for these because I want more of them. So yeah, Primizie Flatbread Crisp. I hope to see some repackaging or some change of the packaging here in the future. They also have these ancient sprouted grains, chili lime, Gouda garlic, Italian everything. So, I'm hoping the Gouda garlic's like a fake cheese and not a real cheese, because obviously I wouldn't be able to partake. But yeah, I'm excited. This has been well worth my time and effort, and the packaging is why this is in the clearance bin. The taste of the product is there. I'm gonna buy these again. I'm gonna look for these chips. I might even buy them online. These are good chips. The packaging is confusing. And it's dull. It lacks impact. And, it's like, I love sharing my opinion, obviously. I'm doing this. So I'm one of those people where I'd be handing these out to my friends and saying, try these. These are great chips. Take them home. Other people that aren't me, they're not going to remember Primizie. It's a great story. I want to look into more into Chef Mark and Lisa, because I don't know if they're from Texas or if they're from Italy, but phenomenal product regardless of their packaging woes. So I hope that they weren't in the clearance bin permanently. And yeah, if you guys see these on your shelf or in your local clearance bin, you should definitely pick them up. Or even better yet, buy them off the shelf so they don't wind up in the clearance bin. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any products that you want me to do, even if they're kind of like mainstream products, I don't mind. Just let me know and we'll talk about packaging, marketing, quality, and if you want, we can even do some more fun stuff, like maybe reviewing people's websites and advertising. So anyways, all right, you guys, it's been a fun one.